Hey everybody, this is Erica from the Classy Clum blog. Coming today talking about this is just a business mastermind moment. I've got Emon Mitchell up here of North Carolina, great guy, business entrepreneur, kind of moving and shaking. And so I pulled him out here tonight so we could talk about different things, mostly internet, mostly creating your own economy. How are you doing tonight, Mitchell?
Doing very well. How about yourself, Eric?
I am doing great. And so give us an update since we last talked to you and kind of how business has changed for you.
Right. Well, since last we talked, I had a couple of different streams of income going, mainly with Solvay, which was a mobile service provider, and Amazon, different e-com efforts and ventures that I was doing. Solvay, which was a mobile service platform, which was using an MLM or network marketing, I guess you could say, advertising method to really push out its services. It was established in 2012. It's going to be going out of business on December the 4th of this year, which is 2015. So it lasted about 3 years, give or take. I did well in the company. I made tens of thousands of dollars, but at the same time, I want people to realize that as long as you're playing in someone else's sandbox, if they want to take their sand in their box and go home, there's not too much you can do about that. So what happened with the company was that T-Mobile, which powered the towers for Solvay, decided not to renew the contract with Solvay, so they had to part ways, and so the company was forced to shut down and go out of business. But at the same time, I'm thankful that I had my e-com to fall back on because it's keeping me going when it comes to business ventures. Definitely want to admonish people to just have something that you can control. That's I think the point of what we're going to be touching on. I know you're going to be mentioning your product, what you put together, but really just encouraging people to take that leap of faith and start building their own economy.
It's almost like with Solar Bay, it's like the Patty LaBelle pies. It's like T-Mobile all of a sudden had all these commercials, but I promise you, T-Mobile was kind of going down, and then all of a sudden you had Solar Bay, and you had this news kind of rah rah. Then all of a sudden T-Mobile was like, "Yeah, we got money to buy you out of your plan," and I was going, "Where did y'all get that money from?" Ah, you had all these people following the MLM money train to get you those nice new, stock coffers, and that's just observing business, watching TV. And
Right.
so I think a lot of people have learned, even with eBay, even with Amazon, you still got to build your own little website to draw traffic to, because there's
Yeah.
so many. When someone else can push the button and let you go, you're not the boss of that. When someone can push a button and suspend you, you're not the boss of that. Like, I like this guy's one version. He actually had $150,000 in inventory stuck over at Amazon. And when he means stuck, he means, under review, something happened. And he was saying in that moment, he realized he was a product placement, person. He was putting product on this nice, pretty shelf of Amazon, and then they went boop. So, but I think that's led you as well to build your own platform, correct?
Right. What I did, because I used to use Amazon partly for fulfillment and then partly for drop shipping as well. And it was the same thing. I was starting to have issues with them. Some of it was my fault, but at the same time, some of it was really just not really. Because the thing with Amazon, and I remember Glendon Cameron, who I know you follow, said it's like the crazy girlfriend that you just can't leave alone. Without being too detailed.
Yeah, he's very flavorful.
Yeah. So, but it's like you can't get her out of your mind because she just has special talents and things like that. So you just can't leave her alone. So Amazon, they get more traffic than any store. Amazon is bigger than Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
That's huge. Okay, so it's going to be very alluring to get that traffic, but you can't trade peace of mind. So what I did for any amount of money, I put a post up on Facebook. It was a while ago, and I know not too many people paid attention to it, but I said I would rather make $10,000 a month on my own website than $50,000 a month on Amazon or eBay, because that 50,000 a month can go away like that. Because
Yeah.
like you just said, somebody else can have their finger on the button. But I use the Shopify platform. Shopify is just a platform that allows you to build your own website. They have payment processes. Everything's pretty much in place. But the thing I think that scares a lot of people is, okay, I can build this great website, but how do I tell people about it? And how do I learn marketing? I think that's where a lot of people fall short. I don't know if you had any thoughts on that, but I think that's what really scares a lot of people. They don't mind paying the eBay and Amazon fees for leveraging their brand instead of actually building their own.
And so for me, what I've noticed is I'm gonna blame Dame Dash. I'm gonna blame Dame Dash, right? Because Dame Dash, regardless, if you think it's a sign of the times or if it's just people are being fired, let off in major ways, and that they see PPC ads, and for people who are watching, that's pay per click ads on Facebook, on YouTube, wherever you're seeing them on your websites. Uh, are bringing traffic. People are seeing, man, there's other people making money on Amazon and on eBay, so I'm going to go do that. Even though to me, that train started on eBay 15 years ago, or that train started for Amazon 6 years ago. Some people are just now seeing it, right? And so I always say I blame Dame Dash because it's a mindset. Sometimes when you get awakened to something, now you're like, oh, I can do that. That's not that hard. And so for traffic, I think for me, I'm more of a brand builder. Like I love Gary Vaynerchuk, which I know a lot of people on here know me, post it all the time. He's a brand builder. And if you're building your brand, because there's two ways, I think. If you're building your brand, it's blogging, it's YouTube, it's Facebook, it's ads, it's bringing that traffic because of who you are or who your company is. On the other flip side, you can do a lot of PPC ads, which is why I think Facebook and YouTube ads are starting to get a little bit more costly because people are like, oh, I can throw together a 20-second commercial about snowboards because I sell snowboards and blow up YouTube in Denver, right? So I think
and Gary, I know Gary talked about that too because as time goes on, it's going to get more expensive. It just is. It's not going to stay as cheap as it is. You better, if you're looking at doing something in the PPC space or CPC or whatever, CPA offers, all that type of stuff. I mean, get in while you can. I don't think it's going to be like outrageously expensive, but it's not going to get cheap. It's just I don't see it working out that way.
Oh yeah.
Have you done anything with Facebook ads?
I have, and what's the funny thing is I went to South by Southwest. I went to Facebook Summit, and they gave us all this cool pencils and pens and bags. And you're like taking pictures. You're like, I'm with the Facebook, yeah. And then they basically had a room of 1,000 people and said, I'm gonna sugarcoat it. Facebook didn't say this exactly, so don't get mad at me. You're gonna pay to play. The years of free organic traffic are over, and because there's so many people on Facebook now, you are necessarily gonna pay to play. And I knew it was coming, and I was like, and I'm the only person in the room who was like, okay, well, like me and a couple other people were like, okay, and then other people were like, what? No, this is Facebook. It's free, and I'm like, nothing is free. Nothing is free. So I've used Facebook here and there, and I love the reach aspects. I love how you can blow it up. There's still organic ways to do things. I've actually bought a few little things that have worked, which is interesting. But I think the move with Facebook video is trying to bite into the YouTube. So as a joke with the Patty LaPelle pie guy, right? He got over 8 to 10 million views on YouTube. Now, if he has his AdSense set up correctly, that's anywhere from $50,000 to $90,000. Now, when I go on Facebook, though, the Facebook uploaded the video, which he didn't upload, somebody else did, had 16 million views. So just, all the money lost. To me, I think Facebook is a short viral thing, and YouTube is a long-term money thing. 3 and 4 and 5 years later, I'm still watching videos from people who put something out, and I know they're getting paid off it. You know what I mean? So, I like Facebook ads, but I see a culture with YouTube. It's like your Oprah.
Definitely agree. I think YouTube is better for actually, like you said, long-term brand building. YouTube was a large part of my success actually in SolarWave. Was just by doing training videos, things of that nature, and doing what you're doing right now, reaching out to other people that had things going on and interviewing them via YouTube. I mean, those videos are still up there. Believe it or not, even though the company is going out of business, I still get leads into my SolarWave marketing system. I don't know why. I mean, there's no more money to be made. You missed the train. I don't know, maybe they're trying to. I don't know, but it's just every time I see an opt-in, that weirds me out. But yeah, I mean, it's there. It's stationary. I believe in something I call static links. The more links you can get onto the internet, the more places you can be. It's kind of like a billboard, and just the more lines you have in the water, the more likely it is that you're going to be able to catch something. So that was my philosophy in YouTube, and it's also my philosophy with my Shopify store now. More products. I do Google Shopping. I do Google product ads. for different products that are out there. So as people are looking for things, I want to be here and I want to be on eBay, I want to be on Amazon in moderation. But as far as like where my primary effort goes, of course, is my own actual store I managed to build. So that's just my 2 cents on it.
I think you're in a great position because you're still blogging. And what I'm seeing on the internet space is young men who are looking for men who are doing what they do, right? Even on my channel, it's mostly business. I have like 700 videos up at this point. And like, I think the traction right now is 80% guys. And the people who are buying my books, the Rise of 1099 Economy or the Creating Your Own Economy course, are guys. Are guys. And then they'll go, hey, I just need some feedback. I'm good. It was a good course. And they go, So I think it's very interesting because I feel a lot of people are saying millennials are lazy and, I'm just going to go light, but African-American unemployment is high and all this stuff is really high. But a lot of the coaching clients I'm seeing, I'll just give a space. Like 9 of the people out of the 20, because I did a little group, right? Just a little tester group, it was a very cheap tester group. And 9 of them, they were hustling. I mean, they're selling stuff on eBay. They're doing a lot of Craigslist. And in that moment, they go, well, I'm kind of scared for taxes this year because I don't have any kind of business bank account set up. They didn't have an EIN number. They didn't have nothing. And I'm like, this is why reporting rates are so low because people don't know how to set up the business part, right? They don't know how to go downtown and do the DBA. They don't know how to do a lot of this stuff. So I'm glad there's people like you out there in that space because you're a normal guy, got a family.
Yep. Got an EIN number too.
Yeah. you know what I mean?
So easy. And I just got to, please don't go to like these. I think LegalZoom and Flip.
Yes.
You're like some of the best middlemen. Just about anything you can do on LegalZoom, you can pretty much do yourself. With all that, EIN and LLC, I just went straight to the, North Carolina,
Secretary of State.
But yeah, I just went straight to the Secretary of State. I was like, I need to set up an LLC, paid the fee, done. Didn't have to talk to anybody else. It wasn't like scary. It wasn't like they didn't take a blood sample from me or anything like that. And it's just little paperwork, and that's it. Same with the EIN number. I think it was the IRS website.
Absolutely free.
2 seconds. So it's nothing to be afraid of. Keep good records. I could be more organized, but I did just get my father actually to do my bookkeeping. Thank God for him. Otherwise, I don't know where I would be. So, but yeah, I mean, and that's pretty much it. So
I just throw it all to one bank account, and it's a business bank account, and I opened it for $5. I literally have a client tell me, yeah, Eric, I went online, I got my EIN and my LLC set up for like $700, and I'm like, what state you live in? Yeah, yes, and she signed up for the seal and all this stuff, and I'm like, no.
That's what you call a bought lesson. There's no lesson like a bought lesson.
And as I'm like sending her the link to see if she could cancel it. No. And I'm like, it's right here. I sent it to you in the email for your 2-week checkup because, people have to do assignments before they can talk to me again. If you don't do your assignments, I don't want to talk to you because you're not serious. So she's like, I got it all. And I'm like, no, honey, you don't need that book. You don't need that articles, you don't need none of that. And I can't even say what state she lives in because the state, if you look up the LLC, it's so cheap, it makes you angry. And so I feel like there is a big growing boom of people wanting to be in business. They just don't know. They honestly just don't know the information, and I feel kind of mad they're getting taken advantage of.
Yeah, well, and there's a whole industry of people out there who are going to profit off your ignorance. That's just what it is. But you have to arm yourself with education. And don't be afraid to do the research. I think one of the best ways to learn is to actually learn by doing. To just kind of a total immersion. Just hop in. Some people actually learn to swim by getting thrown in the water.
Okay, don't do that to your children. I'm one of those kids that recovered from that finally. Don't do that to people.
I don't know how to swim, so I wouldn't do that.
I'm like, please don't.
No, never that. But it's a good way to learn, though. When it comes to business, the best way to learn how to start a business is to start a business. You're gonna mess up. It's not all gonna go according to plan. I'm going through some drama right now on eBay. Just is what it is, and I'll get through it. It's fine. So,
best way to do business is to be in business, and I think people hate when they hear that, but it's the truth. Like the best way to learn, the best way to get as much as you can out of it. Hold on one second, Emon.